they again, I think, they found it fascinating that they were, sought after now, and that there were a lot of fans waiting outside the studio, mostly for David, of course. Um, but they were excited about it, thrilled about it. I mean, this was unexpected, and I don't think it went to anybody's head, though, if that's what you mean. And I think it's because, I'm not saying that I was the reason for it, but I think that I was pretty grounded in that area, and I think that they sort of saw that. And David was too, even though everything was happening to him. They again realized that we had a show to do, and so that's the way they felt about it. Well, she was kind of like me. I mean, she was a working mom, but wanted her children to have values. The show business thing was secondary. And by the way, they made a point of that because the first couple of shows, the pilot in particular, and then a show or two after that, they were dealing very much with the show business angle. Where are we going to perform, and let's rehearse every day, and let's do. And finally, I remember Bob Claver coming on the set and saying, we're going to tone down the show business angle a bit on the show. We're going to now make them real people. We're going to have stories about, teenage sweethearts in school, and we're going to have stories about, Shirley maybe dating the local, one of the local guys in town. And so it's not going to be just show business. There will always be a song in the show. We'll always have one performance, but the entire show won't be built around that performance, which is what they started to do in the beginning. And I think that helped because it made us real people. It made us real people. And it also, though, gave the world outside, every teenager in America thinking that they could do this. Listen, we can go to school and we can have a band and we can get a bus, And I remember the sad part is that every once in a while, and it happened more than once, I would find some young 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 14-year-old sitting on my lawn, just got off a bus from Iowa or Michigan or someplace, and sitting on the lawn and saying, I've come to be in the Partridge Family. I want to be in your band. I can play the instrument. I can do. These were kids. They'd literally run away from home. That was sad. I mean, I just had to, tell them the truth and say, listen, this is a television show. This is a television show. We don't have a band. We make believe. It's all make believe. And you cannot do this. When you get old enough and you decide you want to sing and you want to dance or you want to play an instrument, you do that in your hometown first. And I would literally have to call their parents wherever they were and say, I have your daughter or your son. Mostly it was girls that did this. I would have to put them on a bus or a train or whatever I had to do, or an airplane, and get them home. And that happened about 3 times during the run of the Partridge Family.